NEWS.MC on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Bringing you news on Monaco's economy, culture, sports and more. Welcome to NEWS.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Coming up on NEWS.MC, discover past week's top stories and meet the people who make Monaco.
My name is Gavin Sharp and I'm a leadership and performance coach. You are watching NEWS.MC on Monaco Info.
What's been making headline in the past week? New light is being shed on Europe's prehistoric past through groundbreaking research at the Grimaldi caves near Ventimiglia. Scientists from the Museum of Prehistoric Anthropology of Monaco have brought a mobile scanner to the site to study a 230,000-year-old female hip bone, one of the oldest ever found in Europe. This relic, whose species origin remains uncertain, is being digitally reconstructed to uncover insights into early human gait, stature, and potential diseases. For the first time, such advanced analysis is taking place on-site, avoiding risks linked to transport. The project reflects how modern technology is transforming the study of human origins as Monaco's museum continues its mission to unearth answers and new questions about our earliest ancestors. Nearly 200 swimmers took to the waters of Larvotto beach on the morning of December the 24th for Monaco's annual Christmas swim, braving 16 degrees Celsius temperatures in a joyful display of festive courage and community spirit. Dressed in Santa hats and seasonal attire, participants of all ages gathered for the much-loved tradition, which this year raised funds for Monaco Liver Disorder. Renowned freediver Pierre Frolla led the countdown, adding excitement to the early morning plunge. Cheers and laughter filled the air as swimmers dashed into the sea, turning the event into a vibrant celebration of generosity, endurance and unity, a fitting way to embrace the holiday season in the Principality. This festive season, Monaco's Oceanographic Museum invited families to dive into a world of discovery with a holiday program full of imagination and meaning. At its heart was Mediterranean 2050, the acclaimed immersive exhibition that has already welcomed over 500,000 visitors. Children could explore futuristic submarines, meet lifelike sea creatures, and enjoy a sensory journey through monumental projections and underwater sounds. Special Christmas activities included a virtual dive, the rediscovery of a historic coral reef, and a heartwarming initiative allowing visitors to donate a fish to seniors. Blending education, entertainment, and environmental awareness, the museum offered a memorable winter escape for all ages. With the 2026 Monte Carlo rally set for January 22nd to 25th, preparations are already well underway. 2 weeks ago, 168 volunteer rally marshals took part in a full-scale training session organized by the Automobile Club de Monaco. Following months of theory, trainees were put through their paces at key mountain stages such as Col de la Madone and Les Banquettes in Menton. The day featured realistic emergency scenarios designed to test reactions, coordination and knowledge in live conditions. Completion of this training is mandatory to obtain a marshal's license. In total, 210 commissioners will be deployed for the upcoming WRC event, supported by a dedicated race control team monitoring every stage from headquarters. Jean-Christophe Maillot's latest creation, Ma Bayadère, premiered to a rapturous reception at the Grimaldi Forum on Saturday, December the 27th. Inspired by Marius Petipa's 1877 classical ballet La Bayadère, Maillot reimagined the piece in a contemporary setting, a dance studio where tensions unfold among a troupe's choreographer, soloists and ambitious newcomers. Themes of rivalry, love, loss and eventual reconciliation are explored through elegant choreography and emotive staging. Her Royal Highness Princess of Hanover, President of the Ballets de Monte Carlo, attended the premiere alongside Sylvie Biancheri and Maillot himself. Backed by the Monte Carlo Philharmonic Orchestra under Garrett Keast, the performance was praised for its fluidity, emotional depth and striking scenography, marking it as one of Maillot's finest reinterpretations. On December the 30th, residents evacuated from buildings near the former Charles III College were allowed to return home following a favourable update from the Prince's government. Structural pressure on the embankment has dropped below the pre-alert threshold thanks to stabilization work, including the installation of 7 tie rods with 3 more to follow. Additional monitoring equipment will be deployed on both sides of the border to track the site's evolution. The decision was made in coordination with French authorities based on expert assessments received in recent hours. Students will continue remote learning in early January as the former Charles III College will no longer host classes. Temporary teaching spaces are being prepared with the aim of returning all lycée students to the renovated Albert I lycée site after Easter, ensuring minimal disruption to the academic calendar. 2025 was a landmark year for Monaco. One of the most emblematic moments of 2025 was the 20th anniversary of the reign of His Serene Highness Prince Albert II, celebrating 2 decades of leadership, international engagement, and a steadfast commitment to sustainability and environmental protection. On the global stage, Monaco reinforced its influence by hosting the Blue Economy and Finance Forum, which welcomed delegates from nearly 100 countries and secured key commitments on ocean conservation and sustainable finance. The Principality also affirmed its environmental leadership by becoming one of the first European states to ratify vital biodiversity agreements. Diplomatic ties were further strengthened with France during the first state visit by a French president since 1984, as President Emmanuel Macron underscored shared priorities in ocean protection. Sport played a leading role, with Monaco named World Capital of Sport 2025 in recognition of its commitment to inclusive, ethical athletics. This was epitomized by Valentin Vacherot's historic victory at the Shanghai Masters, a major milestone for Monegasque tennis. Culturally and socially, Monaco continued to shine through a calendar of prestigious international events, enhancing its global visibility and appeal. 2025 will be remembered as a year of influence, ambition, and achievement for the Principality. France claimed victory in the LNB All-Star Game in Paris on December the 28th, thanks to a spectacular performance from Monaco's Mathieu Strazel. With just fractions of a second remaining in overtime, Strazel landed a stunning 3-pointer that shifted momentum and helped Team France defeat the world team 165-159. The match featured 4 Rocker Team players. Mike James and Alpha Diallo represented the world side, while Elie Okobo and Strazel played for France. On December the 26th, the Roca team outclassed Real Madrid 100-95 in a packed Gaston Medsan Arena, delivering a standout EuroLeague performance. Both sides entered with identical records, but Monaco seized the moment. Despite missing Makundu, coach Spanoulis saw key contributions from Theus James, Okobo, and bench standouts Strazel and Nedovic. A dominant second-half stretch, highlighted by Mirotic's threes and defensive grit, secured victory. Real Madrid's late push fell short as Monaco held firm to climb to 6th in the standings. Spanoulis praised the team's unity and defensive discipline after a statement win in front of their home crowd. The Roca team finished the year with a statement win, beating Barcelona 74-90 at the Palau Blaugrana to climb into the EuroLeague top 4 on Tuesday, December 30th. Fresh off a victory over Real Madrid, Monaco controlled the game from the outset, setting the tempo with strong defense, dominance on the boards, and smart transition play. Mike James and Elie Okobo led the offense, while Kavarius Hayes starred inside with a standout all-round performance. Barcelona tried to rally after the break, but Monaco stayed calm, answered every push, and closed the game out with authority. Next up, our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Gavin Sharp, and I'm a leadership and performance coach. So I was born in London. That's where I grew up. So I went to university, and then I went on to law school, and I did all of that in the United Kingdom. I became a lawyer because my parents wanted me to become a lawyer. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be an actor. And my mother was very clever. So she said to me, you know what you should do? Go to law school first, And that way, maybe if you don't make it as an actor, she obviously had a lot of confidence in my acting skills. You can always fall back on law. But she knew once you start your career and once you get involved, you don't go back. So yes, my first career was I was a lawyer working for a global law firm in the City of London. I've lived several lives in one life and hopefully several more. But I decided I became an entrepreneur because I enjoyed law, but I didn't enjoy it enough. So I set up my own business. And that's when about 15 years ago, I began my career as a coach and as a therapist. It's a global business. I help people live their best lives because I believe all of us, you and me, we have so much untapped potential. So I'm always fascinated by, so what gets in the way? What stops me becoming the best version of myself? So I work with people, mostly senior executives, with lawyers, a lot of work still with lawyers. It's all about the same thing. How can I become the best version of myself? And the mindset, you use the word mindset. The mindset example I always give is in the 1950s. Until that point, nobody had run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And it was believed it was impossible for a human being to do it. And then in, I think it was 1954, Roger Bannister runs the mile in less than 4 minutes. And then several weeks later, someone else does it again. And then several weeks later, somebody else does it. And the only thing that had changed was a belief of, oh, you can run a mile in less than 4 minutes? I'll do that. I'll train. I'll do that. That's the power of the mind. I think to be a successful entrepreneur, do what you love doing. And I think the second key to success is emotional intelligence. There is no way I can lead a team of people if I don't know myself. If I can't self-regulate my emotions, if I don't know what's happening in my inner world, which is why my training as a psychotherapist is so valuable. If I don't know myself, there isn't a chance I'm going to successfully lead anybody else. And emotional intelligence is something which we can learn and we can also improve. Yeah, visualization can be a really important technique in unlocking our potential. So I will sometimes say to someone, because we're not all cerebral, some of us work with images and with visualization. So I will often ask someone to use the space in the room. And I say, okay, what for you would be your definition of success? Let's assume you have achieved everything you want to. Go and stand in a corner of the room where that corner represents success. Again, all of us know it's all untapped. And what I do is very simple. How can I help you tap into what you've shut down, what's been blocked? So through that visualization technique and having someone move around the room, what did you do that got you to that point? And sometimes I'll say, now walk back a few years. What did you do that got you there? What are the skills that got you there? What would you like to take forward into the next part of your life? So all those visualization techniques are another way to help someone unlock their potential. Everyone needs a coach, probably more than everyone needs a therapist. I would say some people need a therapist, but if you go back to what I said earlier on, if only 2% of us achieve our full potential, then 98% of us could really benefit from having a coach. And it's become very popular in the corporate world for someone just to have by their side a coach to help them find their way, their direction, to live their best life. Monaco is unique. And I tell my clients, as long as you don't believe that this is the whole world and this is the real world, because the moment you think this is the real world, it's time to leave. But if you respect Monaco for what it is, I think it's the most amazing place to live, because you have, despite the reputation of Monaco, which is always, of course, about the money, which is an element, you have a principality that is committed to the environment. Most Western countries today are not that committed. Monaco looks after its own people in a way that very few places on earth look after their own people the way Monaco does. And you have the climate and the safety, the security, and what Monaco stands for, which people just don't seem to get. For me, it's the most incredible place to live.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching NEWS.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover the full interview and more stories on our websites, NEWS.MC and MonacoInfo.com. Next week, we will receive Nicholas Frankel, founder and CEO of Marriott Group. This show is intended to provide a summary of the past week's top stories for the English-speaking audience. For daily and real-time news updates in English, please visit NEWS.MC and subscribe to our free daily newsletter. For French news, visit monacoinfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.